Hello, very warm welcome. Lewis Hamilton wins the Spanish Grand Prix after a strategic battle with the Dutchman. The Dutchman led 60 laps, but they went for a one-stop strategy. Red Bull tried to stay out. Hamilton pitted, closed him down, and it's another Spanish Grand Prix win for Lewis Hamilton. Now, people will say that was a boring race, but if you're, how do I put this? It wasn't a boring race. The strategic battle was very exciting. Just because there's been not many overtakes, everyone will say it's a boring race, but the strategic battle between the best two teams was intense. So, into the start was key, and Max was very aggressive into turn one. If Lewis doesn't back out of that, there's contact, and who knows what would have happened. But Max got the perfect launch down into turn one, got the lead. Super aggressive, but I would say it was okay. On the limit, I would say. Hamilton had to avoid an accident. I don't know how they didn't touch, to be honest. But yeah, Max, he was dominating the race, led for 60 laps. They stayed out, tried to gamble on a one-stop. It didn't work. Mercedes threw the dice. And another win for Hamilton. Reminded me a lot of Hungary when he closed down Max. Leclerc mugs off Bottas as well. Bottas actually got a good start. Then Leclerc went round the outside of him. And then Bottas was stuck. And once again goes missing on the Sunday. Giovinazzi has a horror stop. Tyres weren't ready. 35-second plus stop. Gasly gets a 5-second penalty for a rookie error, being out of position for the start. Toto Wolff comes on the radio to Massey, complaining about blue flags and Mazepin. Pit stops happen. Max v Lewis, it's what we've all waited for, and we got it. And then Mercedes pulled the trigger for a two-stop. Red Bull stayed out and went for the one-stop. Hamilton finally got past, and then Max came in, pitted, and got the fastest lap. Great move, Sergio Perez mugged off Daniel Ricciardo into turn one. Lando Norris repays the team orders. If you remember to Imola, Ricciardo let Norris past. This time, Norris returned the favour to Ricciardo. Bottas wasn't playing the team game. He got multiple warnings. Lewis has come in, Lewis is fighting for the win, don't hold him up. And Bottas actually raced him. Of course, it wasn't much of a race because of the fresher tyres. But I like that by Valtteri Bottas, not playing the wingman role. Lewis then passed Max like candy from a baby, very easy, as Hamilton was on fresher tyres. He wins fair and square, and once again proves he is a Sunday man. Red Bull tried to go long, didn't really pay off. In hindsight, as soon as Hamilton pitted, Red Bull should have pitted and kept track position. Stroll is under investigation for not going around the bollard. Nearly collected Alonso. DNFs, Yuki Tsunoda, which ends what was a horseshit weekend for the Japanese man. Fastest lap, Max. Race rating, I'll give it 5 out of 10. Now, most people will give it 0 or 1 out of 10, but the strategic element was good. I don't think it was a terrible race. But I'm enjoying F1 at the minute, because we've got a battle at the front, so I'm enjoying it a lot more. Driver of the day, Charles Leclerc for me. Most people will give it Max as he led 60 laps, but I give it Charles Leclerc. Absolutely fantastic weekend. So P1, Lewis Hamilton. The two-stop strategy paid off and once again delivers on a Sunday. 100th pole, it's been a superb weekend and extends that championship lead. P2, Max, led for 60 laps. Then Lewis got past, came in for the fastest lap. Good weekend by Max, but in hindsight, Red Bull should have came in and put fresh tyres on. P3, Valtteri Bottas. Typical Valtteri Bottas goes missing. I mean, he got mugged off by Charles Leclerc at the start, then couldn't get past, and his race is finished because by the time he gets past, he's 8 seconds behind. And then Hamilton came out 1 second ahead of him, and Hamilton just went so quick away from him. P4, Charles Leclerc, probably star of the weekend. He's been absolutely outstanding for Ferrari and my driver of the day. P5, Perez, difficult weekend. That's not good enough. He's got to be fourth at worst. You can't criticise Gasly and Albon and then not criticise Perez. P6, Daniel Ricciardo. I would say that's his best race so far in the McLaren. And Norris played the team game. P7, Sainz. Probably still getting used to the car. Bit outshined by Leclerc this weekend. 8th, Lando Norris played the team game. Bit of an off weekend for Lando. 9th, Esteban Ocon. Was really struggling on the tyres. I think he did a one-stop. P10, Gasly. Had that 5-second penalty for being out of place. Stroll is under investigation. He finished P11. He may get a penalty for not going round the bollard. So that may promote Kimi, Sebastian Vettel up. But we'll go with the order as it is. P12, Kimi Räikkönen. Quiet race, hardly saw him. P13, Sebastian Vettel. I don't know what happened. Aston Martin don't seem to have good race pace. P14, George Russell. He was actually looking on for points, but fell backwards. 15th, Giovinazzi had that horror pit stop which cost him dearly. 16th, Nicholas Latifi. 17th, Fernando Alonso, another one who tried the one stop, then got passed by everyone and later pitted. 18th, Mick Schumacher, and 19th and last, Nikita Mazepin, with Yuki Tsunoda retiring from the Grand Prix with a power issue. So there we have it, Spanish race reaction done. What a weekend, what a driver, and what a world champion. I mean, there'll still be doubters out there. Best car again. Best car again. But once again, he was stuck behind Max, a track you can't overtake. So they took a gamble on strategy, and it paid off. I mean, you can't overtake round Spain. As you saw, Lewis closed the gap to Max, taking 1.7 seconds out of him. He got to him, and finally overtook him. But the first time he did that, he couldn't get past. So, practice, quali, race reaction. Join me for driver ratings tomorrow as Lewis Hamilton wins the Spanish Grand Prix. And we have a week off and then we go to the Principality in Monte Carlo.